LATD Nation, what is good? Once again, as always, we are back in the studio with another video. This is one half of your duo. Well, really, your trio, I guess you could say. You know, DJ ain't here right now, but of course.
Yeah.
Regardless, this is RG from the 843.
It's your boy Jay.
Yes, sir.
How
And
y'all doing?
today we're going to be talking about all the reveals, all of the information that came out of San Diego Comic-Con 2026, shaking it up a little bit. You know, we don't usually do videos really touching on stuff like this, you know, nerd culture. I think we need to do more.
I agree. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, most certainly. But yeah, Comic-Con, no introduction. Everybody knows what that is. So starting off, in your opinion, what was the biggest takeaway for you personally?
Can I be honest?
Yes, sir.
I ain't really watched too much of Comic-Con, honestly.
Oh, yeah, no.
To be honest, I didn't even know what was going on until they said something about Black Panther,
Oh, yes, sir.
which we'll get into that later.
That's actually number one on the notes today.
Well, we'll get to that now.
So yeah, the Marvel schedule was revealed. Of course, it was from this point forward to 2028, so not too far down the line. Usually they do this every year, where they'll do their panel, they'll do their showcase, and they'll pretty much go over like the roadmap for what their plans are as far as the MCU. And I remember it was so many legendary moments that came out of this back in the day, because I remember when they first showcased Civil War. I remember when they first showcased Ragnarok, Infinity War, everything. And I just remember back then, you know, the MCU had reached such a stage where it's like just the titles of the movies was enough to get you hyped.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like, especially when Civil War came out, and it turned out to be like the best MCU movie there was, especially at that, really of all time.
Yeah.
One thing I know exactly why people was excited for Civil War, because Civil War is easily one of the best, I say, events in all the comics, honestly.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because everybody loved the whole Captain America Iron Man conflict. Yeah, especially me. That was dope.
Yeah, and I think that especially because of like where the MCU was at the time, both have become probably the two favorites of the MCU. Really the faces of the MCU, if you ask me. So, you know, that San Diego Comic-Con traditionally has always been sort of a, you know, I guess a cultural touchstone for really just nerd culture in general, but especially the MCU. I think it was about 2 years ago that they revealed RDJ would be playing Doom.
Yeah, about 2 years ago, yeah.
Yeah, because usually, you know, they'll bring the actor out and they'll kind of go over who they're playing or what's going on in the events of the movie. But for this year, we had the biggest reveals being Black Panther 3 and Ghost Rider, both set for 2028. Now, what do you think of that?
Now, okay, so as far as Black Panther is concerned, I'm cool with it.
Oh, yeah. I figured that was going to happen.
Yeah.
Well, it's been confirmed, though, for a while.
Yeah, they were going to get a new T'Challa.
Yeah.
Like, it was all, and that's all good with me. I like Shuri as Black Panther. I know you weren't the biggest fan of Wakanda Forever, but
yeah,
honestly, I was. I enjoyed that movie. Was it as good as the first one?
Nah.
In some cases it was, but in other cases it wasn't. I kind of enjoyed it a little bit more than the first one, but that's just my opinion. But David Johnson, if y'all know David Johnson from Alien Romulus,
great actor.
Yes sir. Yeah,
he's been on a run as of late.
Exactly. Yeah, he has, especially with the Long Walk as well.
Alien Romulus.
Didn't we review both of those?
Yeah, we sure did. Yeah, we did. You know, up on the channel. But yeah, I think Alien Romulus was when either I first saw him or first heard of him. Either way, that's when mine. I first recall hearing and seeing. And that movie was great as far as his performance, because it really did a good job of showcasing how versatile of an actor he is.
Because he starts off as like this he plays an android. He starts off as kind of timid and, you know, almost to like an autistic degree.
Yeah.
But in no disrespect to, you know.
Yeah, he definitely kind of neurodivergent.
Thank you, bro. And also, but then once he gets like reprogrammed, he starts acting more. He's being more confident and headstrong.
And mysteriously gains an English accent out of nowhere. But hey, that's all good.
Exactly. But the thing is, too, that was cool. Like he knows everything that they were going to do. They were going to abandon him, and he literally throws back in their face. Like, I'm talking about, so you're going to abandon him like you tried to do me? I'm like, damn, he kind of got y'all there. And then The Long Walk, of course, he really did carry both of those movies for me, personally.
Low key, yeah, he kind of did. He was the most memorable aspect of the Long Walk for me, as far as character work, for sure.
One thing that did kind of bother me was slightly that he was kind of somewhat of a magical Negro.
Yeah,
To a
could
degree.
get into that at some other point.
At some other point, but I'm glad he's T'Challa. I know everybody wanted Damson Idris from Snowfall.
We were just talking about that at work today. Me and DJ actually.
Yeah, word.
Yeah, we were just talking about that. Damson definitely did kind of have the look, but there's a theory going on. But this is, you can't believe the internet. There's a theory that the reason that Damson didn't get cast is because, Michael B. Jordan and Coogler.
Oh, the Lori Harvey thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that.
I
was
don't
the
know
case.
about all that.
Yeah, like man,
They're reaching.
Yeah, very much so. I don't think it's that big a deal.
I don't think Coogler is too big to care. Him and MBJ too big to care about something like that.
Yeah, MBJ don't seem like the kind of guy that was gonna hold a grudge about that.
Yeah,
Like
I wouldn't think so. He's too focused on his career.
And on top of that,
He's got
I
Creed
ain't gonna
4
say
on the
that.
way too.
Well, then there you go.
He's directing Creed 4, I think. I think he's trying to bring Sylvester Stallone back for that one too.
Yeah, I hope he comes back for that one. But it's a little sidetrack. But yeah, I like David Johnson as T'Challa. I
like that.
I don't see it as a bad move at all.
The only thing is that he has some incredibly big shoes to fill.
he do.
He has to basically carry the mantle of, I would say, one of the most iconic performances in recent superhero film memory. I would argue probably the most iconic black superhero performance ever.
Ever. Even more
Considering he's one of the greatest black actors, not of his generation of all time, in my opinion.
No, I agree.
Ever.
Chadwick Boseman.
Yes, sir.
Rest in peace to a legend.
Legend. Yes, sir.
From Anderson, South Carolina.
Yep, exactly.
So it's like I first saw Chadwick Boseman on I think 42.
Yeah.
And Get On Up, and then he played Thurgood Marshall. Like he really was an upper echelon.
The Five Bloods.
The Five Bloods.
Ma Rainey's Black Box.
I gotta watch Black Bottom.
Black Bottom. Yeah.
I gotta watch.
I need to watch
Rainey.
that.
Yeah.
I gotta watch that. But he was amazing as Stormin' Norman.
Yeah.
And Five Bloods.
Yeah, I like that too. One thing I noticed about him though, I did kind of notice that something wasn't right about him though. Especially because he was never really much of a big guy.
Yeah, but then you kind of saw like.
But he was solid in 42. He at least had musculature.
Black Panther too. Yeah.
But see, that's where I kind of saw a little bit like, did he get skinnier or is that just the suit? That's what I was starting.
I don't
thinking.
really remember noticing it for real until around 2019-ish or so.
Yeah.
Around the time when Endgame came out, I think is when people were talking about it.
And that's why I'm not gonna get mad at the people on the internet, but when he made that video,
yeah, I remember.
Yeah, like people were roasting the mess out of him, and it's like I'll give the internet and some people some grace because they didn't know what was going on. But when I looked down, I'm like, this man is sick.
Yeah, you could tell.
I don't know, I didn't know it was cancer, but this man does not look good.
And he was diagnosed in 26, and it's the fact that he stayed silent about it the entire time and still continued to act with dignity. I truly believe that we were robbed of like a true star.
I agree.
A star. Yeah. But yeah, rest in peace to Chadwick. But like I said, David Johnson has some big behind shoes to fill because this performance right here, what he meant to a generation. And mind you, he didn't have the longest career, but his impact was just different. His impact to me is still felt to this day.
Oh, easily.
To this day.
Easily. Like there's plenty of movies that he should have been in this year. Some people even say that he should have been in Sinners.
Oh, that would have been amazing. That would have been amazing. Can you imagine Chadwick Boseman and Coogler working together again?
That would have been with MBJ. That would have been too tough. We got Killmonger, T'Challa being brothers, bro.
Yeah.
That would have been too fire, bro.
But in conclusion, Black Panther 3, I'm excited for it. I'm a huge fan. The original Black Panther is one of my favorite movies in the MCU to this day. I'm excited to see what they do with T'Challa too. Yeah,
T'Challa, TJ.
Yeah, yes, sir. But speaking, pivoting from that, another MCU reveal, we got Ryan Gosling playing Ghost Rider, Johnny Blaze.
Okay, that's what I thought. Ain't no way he playing Robbie Reyes.
Yeah, no, I'm about to say.
Unless something wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think of that?
I'm not mad at it. It doesn't. I'm sure they're gonna go with the same Johnny Blaze route. Stunt Rider turns into the Ghost of Vengeance, Spirit of Vengeance.
Yeah.
Possessed by I think his name was Zarathos. Spirit of Vengeance, something like that.
Yeah.
Like, I was never a huge Ghost Rider fan.
I was
like
never
that.
the biggest Ghost Rider fan. Like I had the game and I played and I watched the movie, but I never really got into Ghost Rider like that.
Yeah, I agree. I didn't think the movies were that bad personally, though.
Yeah.
I thought they were actually
The first one was pretty
solid, but the second one was kind of just all over the place.
I didn't watch the second one.
And they had Idris Elba in there, kind of just to be a guide or whatever. And then they try to add Daniel Ketch from if y'all seen read the Ghost Rider comics, I know Daniel Ketch is the blue Ghost Rider, you know. So that one was kind of meh. But the first one is a little overhated for me, in my opinion.
I agree.
I think if they make the writing well in this 2028 release, I think they got a good idea.
I think they can do that for sure. It's going to be interesting because I feel like it's going to kind of exist. I like the MCU movies where they kind of exist almost in their own corner of the universe, away from like the main things that are going on, and they eventually get integrated. Like kind of like how Doctor Strange kind of was existing in its own sort of corner of the universe outside of everything, because that was dealing with the mystic arts and things like that.
Right.
So I really like when they do that, or similar with Guardians of the Galaxy. You know, I really like when they start and they kind of like have these characters. It's in the same universe, but it's not attached to everything quite yet.
Quite yet, exactly. Like I very much like the first movies that stand on their own.
Yes, I agree.
And to be honest, it's getting to the point where they kind of just need to have that, you know.
I agree.
Like, cause it's getting a little old seeing a bunch of the characters that, of course, we know and love, but they always being guest characters in another character's movie. Yeah. I feel like that kind of cheapens it for the main character. Mm-hmm. Like, for example, going back to T'Challa, David Johnson, I hope that they keep it in Wakanda.
I agree.
Or you know what I mean. I hope they keep it within the Black Panther,
the family,
the family. Yeah. Like, because I don't really need to see like
him be an Avenger.
Yeah, not quite yet. Maybe that's how he gets introduced. You know, because of course they're gonna probably introduce him in Secret Wars. Of course, once Doomsday doesn't pan out, because if y'all know Secret Wars, Battle World, a whole hodgepodge of different.
Oh, that's gonna be fire.
Different, yeah, exactly. I agree. I've always was a fan.
I think Ghost Rider is gonna be out by that point, so they might integrate him into it.
Yeah, I think so. I hope that they do. But when he gets his own solo movie, let it be about David Johnson and T'Challa. You know what I'm saying? Don't let it. Don't bring in Iron Man.
Legacy.
And Chadwick Boseman's legacy, facts. But don't bring in a whole Iron Man. Don't bring in Thor, Captain America. Not even that would happen, but you get what I'm saying.
We don't even need Riri Williams with that. Maybe?
I wouldn't. I'm not too. She didn't bother me in Captain America. She didn't bother me in Wakanda Forever.
I liked her in that, but yeah. Anything else to say on them two castings, them two reveals?
Yeah, no, not really. I thought they were great.
The schedule definitely is smaller than it's been in recent, because back in the day they used to announce like 5-6 movies over the course of like 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, and that's exactly where they need to go.
Yeah, instead of doing too much. They didn't announce a new TV show, no nothing, so that's good. But another one of my favorite reveals out of this, Lanterns trailer just came out. It looks good, I'm not gonna lie to you.
Elaborate.
The Green Lanterns trailer?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir. The new movie starring, we got Kyle Chandler.
Is it a movie or a show?
It's a show.
Okay.
It's a 6-episode HBO show.
Cool.
HBO Max. We have Kyle Chandler as Hal Jordan, and we have Aaron Pierre as Jon Stewart. So this is going to be the first time we see both Hal Jordan and
Jon Stewart
on screen live action. And Guy Gardner is supposed to be in it too.
And so Nathan Fillion?
Yep. Sinestro is supposed to be in it too.
That should be dope.
Okay, so what do you think of that?
Who's playing Sinestro?
I read it earlier, but I can't remember who it was.
I didn't actually watch the trailer yet.
Okay,
but I will.
It looks good
as far as the lantern. But I did see some clips of it. Shout out Classic Man D. He reacted to the trailer, and some of the effects, I'm not gonna lie, they look way better than the Ryan Reynolds one.
Oh, for sure.
Like, the effects look cool. The effects look decent. It looks like there's gonna be a pretty, like, I like the whole Training Day vibe that they're giving it. But this time the black guy is being trained. But I like the whole vibe that they're giving it. It's like, yo, you sure you're ready to become a lantern? You know what I'm saying? How you gotta be creative and you gotta be really on your game. You know what I'm saying?
I like it because it's kind of like what they've been doing a good job of as of the last several years or so. Whereas in past, whenever they would introduce a character, they would do the whole origin story and they would go through like the trials and tribulations of them becoming who they are. Apparently, by this point, Hal Jordan is already an established legend as a Green Lantern that's getting ready to retire. So he's getting ready to pass the mantle on to John Stewart, and I like that because we don't need to see that again, man. Yeah, we're at a point to where it's like, if you're into this stuff, you know it well enough to not have to have it explained to you. Mm-hmm. So I like that they're kind of going the route of, he's already been the Lantern for a minute, just kind of like how they did David Cornsweet with Superman. He's already been Superman for 3 years. So it's not quite an origin story. It's an origin story for John Stewart in a way, but not for Hal and not for the Lanterns as a whole.
Because John Stewart, I'm going to be honest, man. I never really cared too much for Hal Jordan.
Like, I like both.
I like him as a character, but of course, I was more attracted to John Stewart.
I think a lot of people are more attracted to John Stewart.
Mainly because of the DCEU. No, the DC animated universe, DCAU.
I feel like people have always kind of like John Stewart more.
Yeah,
Hal. It's like at least our generation, because I've been hearing for years how people want John Stewart Green Lantern.
Yeah, people have been wanting that for a hot minute.
For well over a decade.
Because I feel like Hal Jordan to me is a little bit of that basic run of the mill character.
Yeah,
in my personal opinion, even Guy Gardner has a little bit more personality.
I like Guy Gardner.
I hate Guy Gardner. I never liked Guy Gardner ever since the first time I saw him on Batman, Brave and the Bold.
Yeah,
I like his character, but I hate him as a person. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with like Walter White. Like he's a great character. Like I like the fact that he's an asshole. Like, but he's the type of asshole that's like, he's gonna be in your face about everything. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like he's not gonna back down from anyone. That's the type of free willpower that he exudes, and I do like how all different Lanterns are. Hopefully they introduce Kyle Rayner. They all have different aspects. Yeah, they have all different aspects of willpower. Yeah, he's kind of more known as the forgotten one, I feel like, in a way.
Kind of, because when we think of Green Lantern, I usually think of really all three of them in the same capacity, because I grew up seeing all of them be portrayed in one way or another. So it's cool to see John Stewart get his due. I love Kyle Chandler as Hal Jordan. I think that's pitch perfect casting. Actually,
I agree.
That's really good. He's got that kind of snarky wit.
Yeah, of course. That Hal Jordan has.
Yeah, for sure.
My thing is, I like how all four of them, Hal Jordan, John Stewart, Kyle Rayner, Guy Gardner, exude different types of willpower.
Yeah.
Guy Gardner, that same in-your-face willpower. John Stewart is more of a military man, so at least he is in the comics. I don't know if he is here. But
I think he is.
Okay, cool.
I think he's a Marine, too, in this one.
Okay, cool. So he's a Marine. He's pretty much that leader. He has to kind of stay like that big brother figure of all the Earth-based Green Lanterns.
Yeah.
He's the one that a lot of them come to, you know what I'm saying? So he has to maintain his focus. Mm-hmm. And then Hal Jordan, of course, being like, when all the chips are down, like, he will always be there for you. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So that's why I do and always did love Green Lantern just as a concept. And hopefully we get to see the different Lantern Corps too.
Like the actual core. Yeah.
Like the emotional spectrum. Yeah, like that was fire.
Because I really feel like 2011 Green Lantern with Ryan Reynolds, I mean, that ended up yielding some positivity because, they did go on to make fun of that in Deadpool and Deadpool 2, so that's probably the best. But that set Green Lantern back in the mainstream for at least a decade. No. Because they tried to do the Lanterns in the DCEU, but it never got off the ground.
They did?
You remember in Justice League?
Nope.
In Justice League at the very beginning, they teased one of the lantern rings. I think there was an actual lantern in the DCEU. I think they actually teased there was a lantern at the beginning of Justice League.
Well, I'm sure
with Steppenwolf.
I'm sure Pa Kent had a bunch of lanterns around his Kansas home in Smallville too.
Yeah,
so
that thing. Well, yeah. But anything else to say about Lanterns? One of my most anticipated shows of this year for sure.
No, not really. I just got to get around to watching all the trailers though.
Oh yeah. It's only one trailer, so ain't even that.
I know there was a teaser one.
Yeah. But yeah, moving on. Another one of my biggest takeaways, something I'm very excited about. Aunt Gladys just got confirmed for a September 8th, 2028 release date. Now this is the prequel to Weapons. Probably my favorite horror movie of the decade.
Shit.
So we're going to get to see how she became who she became by the time the movie starts,
Okay.
which I'm very excited about because she won Best Supporting Actress for that role. And you gotta admit, she stole
Rightfully
she
so.
stole every single
Like-
scene she was in. She was creepy. She was unsettling.
Even just as
Funny
a simple,
to a degree.
even as a simple jump scare, like
Yeah.
when you see in Josh Brolin's son's room and he's just checking on us, and next thing you know, the light flashing is her face. I'm like, good God, I never thought an old lady could be so scary.
Oh, for sure, she deserved that.
Ooh, I was about to say I'm glad. Okay, I know exactly who you talking about,
Yep,
man.
September
That's
8th, 2028. So we got a good 2 years before that comes to fruition. But based on a matter of fact, I heard that Zach Kragers, he's not directing this one, but he's co-writing it.
That's cool.
So that's fine with me.
At least he has something to do with it, because
For sure.
I hate when people get like a whole brand new writer and then push out like all the aspects of what made the original great from the original writer.
There's no consultation. Yeah,
Exactly.
I can't stand
like,
when that happens.
Yeah, and then they try to make it their own, and then it's just completely opposite of what it was before.
Yep, exactly. But I mean, that's pretty much the only information we got. We got a release date. I'm very excited to see what they do with this and how they kind of flesh her out. It's going to be a good time, I'm sure, because the original Weapons was one of the best horror movies of this decade, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think we gave that like, what, 9s or 10s?
It was my second favorite movie of last year.
Yeah, definitely. Like,
Well deserved.
I really did love that movie.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But moving on from that, ain't really too much to say about it. God of War La Fey just got its release date for February 16, 2027, so we ain't got to wait too much longer.
God.
Yeah, literally.
This is what... See, I like that. That was
I couldn't help it.
Yeah, man, that's tough.
But yeah, what do you think of that?
See, now God of War La Fey is one thing I was always happy about when they released the teaser trailer for it.
All them folks complaining about this damn game.
Fuck them people.
No, for real.
So now all I know is, man, I'm interested to see where they go from this, because one thing that always, and I'm sure a lot of people said the same thing too, is what gods will be there. Especially
facts.
from
That's what I'm really looking forward to.
And shout out to Classic Man D again. He said he wanted to see Ares. And I can see why. I can understand that, because he's the one that starts Kratos off on where he is. He's the reason why. You could arguably say he's the reason why he is the way he is now.
That would be interesting to see Faye go up against,
The-
Ares. That
right.
would be a good little twist.
The one that set Kratos on his path to vengeance and being the monster that everybody wanted him to be.
The Ghost of Sparta.
Exactly. I just can't wait to see that. I hope they show a little bit more though. I hope they show some of the giants that Thor killed. I understand that's the place for gods, so maybe that's asking a little bit too much to everyone.
She's there though, so it's
Yeah, but the thing is, there's theories that there could be like there's a mask fragment in her palm of her hand, so. There was a theory out there that that's the reason why she got there, because and then Odin looked into the little tear that he had in God of War Ragnarok, and that was the everyone, and he got stabbed by
because we didn't really see exactly what Odin saw when he looked into the mask,
right? So
not really.
So I think that's kind of the route they're gonna go with.
That might be what he was looking at.
But I kind of do hope that maybe the Giants. They'll put like a loophole in there and say the Giants, like Thamur. Well, no, we saw his corpse there, so of course he probably wouldn't be there. But then again, we don't really see her corpse, but her corpse is there in the beginning of God of War 2018. So you could say, hopefully, that the giants that Thor kills are like gods compared to gods in a way, or the gods of the Jotuns. So hopefully we get to see them. That's always what I wanted to know, because we always hear the stories that Mimir would tell in God of War 2018 about the different giants that were killed by Thor and by Odin in various forms. Hopefully we get to see Fjorgyn, Odin's wife.
Yeah, because I feel like for everything,
and Thor's mother.
Odin's ultimate motivation in Ragnarok was basically just to know more. Right. And I think that this is probably would tie into that, because that's something he didn't know. He didn't know where he was going. So you think Odin is there? Or you think Odin would be there?
He would be, but I don't think he's there
He's not there yet. Yeah, because this takes place right
after,
along 2018. And I think Ragnarok. Well, I don't know about Ragnarok, because Ragnarok is a few years after.
But I mean, it's called the Every Win, so. But I don't think they're gonna be.
I don't think they're gonna bring Odin in though. I hope not.
Now, if they do, hopefully there's like a time skip if they do.
Yeah, it would have to be.
Yeah, exactly. Because if they're following along the lines of God of War 2018, then like that's why I said we hope we see some of the giants that Thor and Odin killed. And like I said, Fjorgen, shout out to Vile Eye on Analyzing Evil.
Yes, sir.
His episode that he did on Odin, he mentioned that how much Odin loved Fjorgen, and when she died, Fjorgen being Odin's wife, like I mentioned, and Thor's mother. Hopefully we get to see kind of that dynamic because Faye is pretty much a legend in that world too.
Yeah, for sure.
They know about Faye. Faye is, yeah, exactly.
Faye is like that for sure, which is why I don't understand these folks complaining because it's
I know exactly why they complain.
Oh well, we know why, but you know, it's like if you actually are a fan of this franchise and a fan of this world, why wouldn't you want to see Faye do her thing? Because Faye is not the only woman Kratos ever respect, but Kratos himself called Faye the most fierce warrior that he's ever encountered.
And then we see it in
that's
the gameplay.
His wife. So you know she knows she's not soft.
Exactly.
She might scare Kratos, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, even shout out to our friend Matt because he mentioned that he's not really too excited about it because he wants to see, you know, when you say God of War, we all think about Kratos. Yeah. Kratos being and I get that, but I would like to see more of the world though. I would like to see more of the characters and like all the stories that Mimir had mentioned, you know? Yeah.
Speaking of which, they did confirm that there is a new Kratos-led God of War in the works too that's going to tie into La Fey. So we're kind of getting the best of both worlds. They're going to still complain, but at the end of the day, I'm excited for both. God of War is one of my favorite franchises of all time. I've been a fan of this franchise for a decade and a half plus. So, hey, more God of War is all good with me.
Yeah, same here. I never played the original games, like 1 through 3. You know,
Ascension is the only main game I never beat.
Yeah, but I've seen enough of the documentaries and stuff and how they're made and all the gameplay and stuff on them to know enough. But I love God of War Ragnarok 2018. I'm sure I'll love this game too.
For sure.
This is gonna be tough. This is gonna be too tough. But any more news?
Shit, Blade Runner 2099 trailer just dropped.
So what's the deal with Blade Runner?
Blade Runner
as a whole, like
Blade Runner is basically Ridley Scott's one of his masterpieces, starring Harrison Ford, came out in 1982.
Okay.
Basically, it's one of the main things that really got the cyberpunk genre off the ground. When you think of Cyberpunk 2077, you think of stuff like Ghost in the Shell. Blade Runner paved the way for that. Like, you know, sort of like that.
I'll watch it then. I'll check it out.
That futuristic sort of like dystopian setting. Like Blade Runner paved the way for a lot of that. Like there is no Cyberpunk 2077 or really even the game it was based on without it. So essentially what this is set in the future, the far, far away future in Los Angeles. This is set 50 or so years after the last movie came out, Blade Runner 2049, where replicants, which basically they're designed to be essentially, I guess you could say, indistinguishable from a human being. Replicants were originally made to be servants, but they've actually taken over as the dominant species in the world. So,
with that being said, isn't like I know I watched a video about movie villains that were right all along or something like that, or that where you understand where they're coming from. I forgot exactly the title. One of them mentioned I forgot the guy's name, but one of the villains on there I think was from Blade Runner. Let me look that up real quick. But you continue, bro.
But yeah, no. So Blade Runner basically, you know, there's a lot of things that wouldn't be what they are as far as influence wise without Blade Runner, and I'm a huge 2049 is one of my favorite movies of, I would say, the 2010s, especially as a sci-fi film. I think it's one of the greatest sci-fi films in modern times, especially because it was directed by Denis Villeneuve, who also directed Dune, parts 1, 2, and now 3, of course. So, you know, he liked that.
Wait till part 3 come out.
Oh, yeah, he liked that for sure.
So, who's the main villain in the original one?
I got to go back and rewatch it because it's been a minute. I'm not even going to lie. But yeah, essentially, replicants have taken over as the dominant species, and humans have become second-class citizens. This stars Michelle Yeoh as, I think, she's a replicant.
Love Michelle Yeoh.
Yeah, Michelle Yeoh was starring in it. Hunter Schafer, Euphoria fame, starring in this.
Who he play?
Replicant.
No, who'd he play in Euphoria? I forgot.
she technically, because
this is Jules. Yeah, I'm sorry. Forgive me, yo.
Yes, sir. But yeah, no, back to C.
The Hunter name threw me off.
Yeah, what she bring to the table, whatnot. But yeah, no, not too much reveal, but I'm excited for it because, it's more Blade Runner. Yeah. Blade Runner is very, very, very underrated, despite being as influential as it is. It doesn't necessarily have the legacy of a Star Wars because it didn't expand into a giant media franchise the way that did.
Right.
But it's nonetheless, I feel, is not as influential because Star Wars is Star Wars, but, it definitely has its foothold in pop culture. Definitely. But yeah, ain't too much to say on that. But now something I know you want to talk about. Wolverine story trailer just dropped. Boy, I'm excited for that now. I'm excited for that thing right there. We saw more of the story, of course, with this being a story trailer, because before it's been just a bunch of gameplay. This right here, we're starting to see more of like what exactly is going on with Logan in this story. Mm-hmm. Now, apparently the X-Men aren't established in this universe yet.
That's fine. I don't give a fuck.
But yeah, but it shows that there's more of an emphasis on Jean and Logan's relationship, which of course that's always been a thing.
I never care for that.
I was never the biggest fan of it. Even in X-Men '97, I wasn't really the biggest fan of it.
I always thought because Logan is 100 and something, looks 50 something, or 40 something, and then Jean is like what?
In her 20s, 30s.
Either way,
I don't know, cause
isn't Silver Fox in here too?
I think
if I watched it correctly, that's Silver Fox.
Lady Deathstrike is in it. The Hand is in it.
Oh, of course.
Omega Red is in it. I ain't gonna lie, Omega Red looks scary in this game.
Yeah, Omega Red has always been one of my favorite Wolverine villains.
Yeah, Omega Red, Sabretooth. Basically the whole Wolverine mythology, because basically from what I read, this is 3 years after he left X-Force. The X-Force team. So in this one,
are you sure X-Force?
Or is it
Weapon X?
This one is it's at X-Force.
Okay.
Yeah. From what I read, it's X-Force. But yeah, you got the Hand in there, Sabretooth. I don't know what his relation to Sabretooth is in this one. I don't think he's his brother in this one.
I don't think so. They 9 times out of 10, he ain't brothers, and they're not brothers.
Yeah, that's not usually what they do.
Basically just bitter rivals.
Oh, Psylocke is in it too.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw Psylocke. I was always a fan of
Psylocke.
Yeah, I like Psylocke. Olivia Munn, underrated as Psylocke.
Yes, sir.
Boy, what? But
she can read my mind any day of the mother.
Anyway, but I'll say that I was already very excited for this, just based off of the fact that they're very much faithful in the reality of what Logan Wolverine is. Because let's be real. As many times as they portrayed him in the movies as, obviously he has the claws and he's stabbing people, but it's very tame.
Yeah.
But the reality of what the Wolverine is,
he's essentially
it's an animal.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why I always was a big fan of Logan's and Sabretooth's rivalry. Yeah. Because they're both sides of the same coin. It's animalistic coin, like with Sabretooth and Pharaoh coin. Yeah, exactly. Sabretooth embraced it while Wolverine's trying to be more human. They're kind of like Dante and Virgil in that regard, because how Dante is embracing more of his human side, while Virgil wants power and embraces more of his demon side.
Yep.
From Devil May Cry. One of my favorite one of my favorite character dynamics that they did have, and I always mention this movie, was in X-Men Origins. Like, I really don't like when they made them have brothers. I always thought that was a cool dynamic to their rivalry.
Yeah, I think it added.
I kind of hope they do this here, but then again, if they don't, I'm not going to trip.
Yeah.
But this needs to be kind of a big part of the story, in my personal opinion.
I am very excited to see, because Insomniac has shown a good understanding of the characters that they've handled thus far. So I like that this is set in the same universe too. I really like that aspect. But it's almost like similar to what we were saying with the MCU, how it kind of like it takes place in its own corner of the world. Right. I like this because it's just because the Spider-Man games, of course, ain't gonna be that violent because Peter and Miles, they don't kill. But with this, Logan, they're showing Logan in his full on, like the reality of what he is. Like, even in the X-Men, like the show, obviously they're more tame because they can't show certain things. But I like that we're getting to see Logan pretty much off the leash.
Yeah, well, Logan is gonna be in Mortal Kombat sooner or later.
Oh, he has to be.
Like that ain't happening. But we already know why that ain't happening. But you would think so. But you would think, considering how much he does in the gameplay trailer, like this man be like,
he's not playing no games. Oh yeah, you get the Sentinels in there, but we already know that. Bolivar Trask is supposed to be the main villain.
Is he black in this?
I don't know.
Cause he was who played Bolivar Trask in the movies.
I know Peter. He was in black. Was Trask in Logan? Was that Trask? No, I don't. Was it?
Trask was played by a black guy at some point.
I don't think it was in. It wasn't in the movies though.
What? Maybe not.
Was that Trask? Was Peter Dinklage? Was that Trask?
Peter Dinklage was Trask in Days of Future Past.
That's what I'm thinking. That's exactly what I'm thinking.
That's another great actor.
Yeah, for sure.
He's been one of my favorite actors.
Who was that villain at the end of Logan though? The one that revealed how they wiped out the X-Men, like the gene or the mutant gene, because they kind of like put it in food and stuff like that to kind of like suppress it. Which to me was scarier than anything that they did as far as like the conflicts that they had the X-Men go throughout the movies.
I'm honestly not sure, but one person that did play Bolivar Trask was Bill Duke.
Oh, okay.
Another legend.
But yeah, no, that for me, Logan, like that reveal was probably the scariest thing that they ever did, because it was just kind of like, it kind of plays into real life, like what the government may be doing, like conspiring with certain things. But that was terrifying though, like the idea that they just used it. Yeah, the end of Logan, where he revealed that the way that they wiped out mutant kind was just kind of like in a more sinister kind of sly way, as opposed to the Sentinels just kind of being outward, like almost, cartoonish.
Right. Yeah.
Comic booky, but this was more like based in like reality in a sense. Like how the government conspires against certain marginalized people. We won't get too much into that, but you already know.
Yeah, I wonder who.
Even Stan Lee himself took inspiration as to like when it came to the X-Men. But
yeah, exactly.
But regardless, definitely I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with this. Logan, of course, has a very tortured, traumatic past.
Yeah.
And I think that they're doing a good job of understanding the idea of Logan, because it's like he's a good man who just has a very, very long history of tragedy.
Yeah.
He's a good guy. He tries to walk away from his past, do the right thing, but his past always comes back to haunt him. And so he's always forced to be the Wolverine again, no matter how much he tries not. Which they did capture well in the Wolverine movie.
Yeah, I agree.
Underrated movie.
Very much so. Because he's tortured by everything.
Yeah.
Because he's not immortal, but he might as well be.
Yeah.
He's seen everybody else die around him. One thing I kind of, one of my least favorite X-Men characters of all time, and I hope he's kind of in here, is William Stryker.
Oh yeah, Stryker for sure. Yeah,
the head of the Weapon X. Like,
yeah.
I like this might be controversial to say from a conceptual standpoint, like a comparison standpoint, like how Stan Lee, how Malcolm X and Martin Luther King were the inspirations for Professor X and
Magneto.
I kind of like how they made the Weapon X project kind of like a equivalent, slavery.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. That and William Stryker being the main one as a slave master. Like I don't like that. I don't like it, but you know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Was Omega Red a part of the team?
Yes.
Oh, I was about to say, but yeah, no, he's definitely. He seemed like he has a very intimidating presence, because just watching the trailer, there was one instance where you see Logan grab somebody, and I don't know if he's teaming up with Sabretooth, as far as like, because we did see that there are team ups in the game, because when you see
up with Sabretooth,
when you see Jean in the reveal trailer, like the gameplay trailer, and how she was kind of throwing lobs to Logan like as finishers. I don't know if that was the same thing with Sabretooth, or if Logan was actually defending himself against Sabretooth.
It might be a flashback.
Yeah.
Might be a flashback.
It could be, but overall, one of my most anticipated games of the year, other than, GTA 6, which is supposedly coming out this year.
In November.
Yes, sir.
You already know I got that not downloaded, pre-ordered.
I ain't surprisingly. I don't think I haven't pre-ordered it yet my damn self. Actually,
yeah, $100. So.
Well, I get. Rockstar know what they're doing, but last thing I wanted to go over, Clayface.
We'll see. I did watch that trailer.
I want to still have faith, but that last DCU movie they ain't hit for me at all.
Yeah, I do too. I just don't know how they'll be able to do it with Clayface.
I like it as a horror movie though, so as a body horror thing.
Yeah, I agree. We'll see how this goes, man. I'm not too worried about how it'll compare to like Supergirl, because Supergirl I knew that kind of movie was kind of gonna be.
I didn't have good
expectations.
Yeah. Especially as we got closer to the release date, something told me.
Yeah, it was about We did a whole review on that too. Clayface though, I think it'll be okay. I want to like it, but with how grounded that they kind of been with the Batman as of late, granted he only had one movie. I don't know how this is. Though, yeah, that's true. I don't know. Oh, okay. So
because this.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
The Batman takes place in a separate continuity than the DCU because
never mind then.
The Batman, like the crime saga, like that's considered to be a part of DC Elseworld, so that's not in the main continuity. Because Batman, they're doing a Batman Brave and Bold movie. They're centered on the Bat family. Now they haven't cast that Batman yet, but you might see Barbara in there. You probably see maybe Dick as Nightwing. Mm-hmm. Probably see Damian. Mm-hmm. So we'll see what they do.
Hopefully we see Jason Todd. My favorite Bat family member.
I've been wanting them to do Under the Red Hood for a minute, but if
that would be. I think that would be.
If they're gonna do that, I want Pattinson's Batman for that.
Yeah, that part.
Or Hush. This is why I wanted it to be a tetralogy. I didn't want it to be a trilogy. I didn't want 3 movies. I wanted four Robert Pattinson movies. I wanted Hush, and I wanted the Court of Owls is supposed to be in part 2,
and they need to say that for the 3rd.
I just don't want another Joker main movie.
Yeah, me neither. I honestly, I said this before. I want a Bane movie. Bane is an interesting character. I know he's getting Nightfall is getting an animated adaptation, but I would like to have a nice live action comic accurate version of Bane.
DJ said that too.
Yeah, because he's one of the. Thank God. Thank you, bro. Because my thing is when it comes to Bane, he's probably one of Batman's more interesting characters.
He's got a whole rogues gallery. I'm just tired of it being now. Joker, funny enough, is my favorite Batman villain, of course. But I just get tired of this. Why you gotta be Joker every single? I understand that he is the opposite. He's the reverse. He's the antithesis of Batman. But it's like, nigga, can we get somebody else? We can't get Freeze.
Yeah. At least we getting Clayface here.
I can see Freeze in this universe. Well, it depends on how grounded they keep it, though. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
But I could see. I could definitely see Zsasz. I could see Zsasz. Definitely. Zsasz. I could see. Who else would be good in this universe? Scarecrow for sure would be good.
Scarecrow's another one. Poison Ivy, nah.
Yeah, that would be a little bit too fantastical at that point.
This will be for more the Clayface continuity that they're going with.
Yeah, that would be a little bit too fantastic.
Like I said, Bane. They could do Bane. Mm-hmm. They could do. Can't think of too much else. They could do Prometheus.
Yeah.
They could do. You did say Scarecrow, right?
Yeah, I said Scarecrow. Calendar Man.
No. They could do Mad Hatter.
Yeah.
Mad Hatter will work.
Man Bat would be a little bit too.
No, Man Bat, Clayface.
Yeah.
Clayface route. Honestly, I can't think of too much else, really.
But yeah, Clayface is
Riddler. Oh, well, we already did Riddler.
That was a good Riddler too.
Yeah, great Riddler. I agree.
That Riddler was actually scary for real.
Facts. The fact that in the beginning he was standing in the in the guy's house, just in the
in the
dark.
mayor's, yeah,
I'm like,
mansion, yeah.
and at the beginning, and we think it's Batman, but no, it's really Riddler.
The Batman, the way that they introduced him as Batman was fire because it was just like it created a sense of paranoia and fear in the city. Like the criminals, they really look over the shoulder for him, as they should.
But back to this Clayface, we'll see how this one goes.
I'm not overly excited, but I want to see what they do with it.
I'm glad it's a different continuity than Robert Pattinson's because I didn't know how that was gonna fit.
Yeah. Especially because if you're not introducing it within Pattinson's movie, it just feels kind of out of left field, you know.
Yeah, exactly, man.
But I'm glad that they're keeping it separate. But with that said, I mean, that's pretty much all I want to go over. This main takeaways for me.
Yeah, same here.
Yes, sir.
But with that being said, man, I've been Jay.
This has been Rodney.
We are LATD. More videos coming soon. For real this time.
Yes, for real. We're done playing.
We getting back to our grind, back on our BS,
We're taking it back to like 2024 LATD days.
Definitely. Stay tuned for this video, man. God bless y'all. Look at the details. Peace.